There are major transfers in the world of football that are really going to change teams around for next season. Hey guys, it is Finn here. That is, of course, FYNN, and of course, as I said, there are big transfers in the world of football, and let's start off straight away with Borussia Dortmund. Now, of course, Borussia Dortmund's had an absolutely amazing season last season. It's the best season they've had by far in many seasons. The last time they did win it, the last time anyone but Bayern Munich won it, was in the 11-12 season. That is when Jurgen Klopp was still at Borussia Dortmund, and of course he has had a successful career since leaving Borussia Dortmund. But there are three main reasons, and of course, I mean, Borussia Dortmund lost the title at the end of the season. They just bottled it. But there are three main reasons why I think they're going to do super well next season. First of all, they didn't lose any major players. Second of all, Bayern Munich lost some big name players. And third of all, they got some great signings. Now, of course, let's get straight into it with the signings. They did, of course, get Thorgan Hazard. They did get left wing back Schultz, and they did, of course, get their old captain back, Mats Hummels, along with Julian Brandt. Of course, this is very impressive, and these players are so strong together, and I think these kinds of players can really win a league. I think these are super players, super young players, some of them, and I think they, as I said, can really turn a team around. And they've actually pulled the Bayern Munich. For once, they're buying all the good players in their league. For once, they're taking the best players from other teams, their competitors, which is what Bayern Munich is known to do. And I think that's a really smart tactic, because not only are you gaining quality, your competitors or your rivals are losing quality. And of course, we forget the fact that they have now officially signed Alcacer. Of course, Alcacer had an amazing season. The Barcelona striker, he was on loan last season, but now Borussia Dortmund have bought him. And of course, if you haven't seen, I have made a video about ex-Barcelona players, the best ex-Barcelona players that are still playing. You guys can check that up above. I've got an amazing support on that video with hundreds of views, so thank you so much. And of course, if you want me to do that about Borussia Dortmund, because there are some amazing ex-Borussia Dortmund players, you guys can comment down below, or I'll actually put a voting thing up above. You guys could say yes or no to a Borussia Dortmund ex-player video. And of course, as I said, a huge part of them winning, transfer-wise still included, is, I mean, Bayern Munich have lost Ribery, and they've lost Patrick Stewart. I mean Robin. And I think those are two huge signings that have left. I mean, of course, Gnabry, I think, is doing absolutely amazing. But do you think Bayern Munich can still win the league? I mean, looking at these transfers, it is absolutely amazing for Borussia Dortmund, and I just have to say, well done to them. They have filled in missing pieces, and especially Mats Hummels, I think, is going to be an absolutely amazing player. I mean, it's a bit of an awkward situation. It's kind of like with him and Bayern Munich, because he started off at Bayern Munich, went to Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, now back at Borussia Dortmund. I mean, it's a bit of a yo-yo, isn't it? Of course, that isn't the only big transfer news in the world at the moment. I mean, just transfer-wise, you should look at Barcelona. Apparently, Barcelona are looking to get Neymar back again, and Neymar is looking to go back to Barcelona. And with Messi aging, I could see it going potentially quite well, but it is a bit like a midlife crisis. I mean, Barcelona is saying, you know what, we can actually cope without you, or Neymar saying, I can cope without you. A few years later saying, you know what, I went to a really good potential looking team, but I miss you, I want you back, and now they could reunite. And I think that could be good for both partnerships there, and especially if they get Antoine Griezmann. Apparently Antoine Griezmann could go there, obviously, from Atletico Madrid. Also, of course, can you imagine those four attackers for Barcelona? There's no way they're not going to win a Champions League if they have Messi, Suarez, Neymar, Griezmann. Can you imagine those four up front? That would be absolutely amazing. Neymar needs to do it if he wants to win a Ballon d'Or, which of course, I mean, plugging my own videos here, but if you guys haven't seen, I have made a Ballon d'Or prediction video for the end of this year. You guys can click that above. But yeah, as I said, obviously if Griezmann leaves, they need to replace him at Atletico Madrid. I've also made a video about who they could use to replace at Atletico Madrid. But they are looking at João Felix, the young striker, the young Portuguese striker. Geez, the Portuguese team has so many great potential players as of late. And of course, João Felix from Benfica looking, I mean, it's a move for £120 million. from Benfica to Atletico Madrid, which is a bit excessive. I'm sure you can get a player like around the 24-25 age range who's got a bit more experience and won't cost nearly as much. I don't know if João Felix is the best option, but I'm pretty sure they just went for the hair. You know, I'm pretty sure they took it a bit too literal when you said, I want Antoine Griezmann replacement there. Of course, also Barcelona-wise, it looks like there could be a transfer switch between Cillessen and Neto, the goalkeepers of Valencia and of Barcelona, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure it's a good career choice for Neto. I mean, it's great for Cillessen because he'll definitely start as a goalkeeper. And Valencia overall actually have a really, really solid, good team. But overall, I'm not sure it's a good move for Neto. Neto is 29, I believe, and to be honest, I don't think, I mean, look, he's actually signing up for the bench. No one's going to start over Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He is way too good to be benched. So if it's a good decision or not for Neto, I mean, look, he's definitely not going to get into the national team anyway because of Alisson Becker and Edison. But yeah, I'm not sure that's the best move for Neto. He's really signing himself up for the bench, and I don't think that's going to work out in his favor. And of course, staying in La Liga, we have Real Madrid. Now, of course, Real Madrid have had huge signings because they didn't have the best season last season. They definitely did not have the best season last season, but they have they have quite a few signings, but the main signings obviously would be Hazard, Mendy, and Jovic. Jovic, of course, was excellent in Europa League and Bundesliga last season. Hazard, of course, just absolutely great in the Premier League once again, and I think he could become like a really big superstar. And of course, Mendy from Olympic Lyon. Of course, those three could be a super strong team, but let's just hope they start off strong and end off strong at Real Madrid and they don't end up flopping, or, you know, after time they don't just end up becoming a total waste of time and everyone just wants it to end. Now, of course, as I said, these are really big name players and I think they could swap a team around. I think they could be champions of Europe once again if they get these kinds of players, and if these players mix with the system, of course, that's a huge factor. But yeah, once again, as I said, big moves for Real Madrid. Well done. Now to talk about Chelsea's transfer business in this transfer window. Of course, major news when it comes to signing is De Ligt. Okay, so De Ligt, of course, breaks my heart because, of course, he gets linked to Manchester United or he gets linked to Barcelona. He could be taken away to Barcelona. But apparently, he's agreed some sort of deal with Juventus. I mean, he gets to work with the likes of Ronaldo. But would this be a great career choice for him? I mean, it's a weird one. It's definitely a bit of a weird one. But if you think about it, he has experience of Chiellini, he has Bonucci, he has great older, aging defenders that can teach him along the way and he can learn from. Plus, because they are aging, they're not as fit as they used to be, and he'll still get plenty of game time. If he moved to Barcelona, I mean, PK, yeah, he's kind of a similar story, but think Linglet is still going to play. It depends if they keep Samuel Umtiti. If he stays, then definitely, but he might struggle to get into that Barcelona team, or it might be he might not get enough game time. And with Manchester United, I mean, he could learn with the great likes of players like Smalling, like Jones, but you know, I'm not too sure that's too great for his kind of experience. Now, of course, as I said, Manchester United wise, they have definitely signed Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is there and I'm super excited. I won't talk about that too much because you guys can check out my video about him up above. But yeah, I'm not too sure what I feel about the Manchester United away coffee kits, basically. I mean, if you leave out a white t-shirt and you spill coffee on it, that is exactly what it's going to look like. But there's bigger news at Manchester United. I know I'm not just talking about Bruno Fernandes. I'm talking about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, talking about ex-Dortmund players, of course, earlier. But if Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang moves to Manchester United, I mean, it will be mind-blowing. I mean, lots of people are saying, yeah, he might be a bit too old to move to Manchester United. I don't want him. I think he would be an incredible signing. Think, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was in his mid-30s when he moved to Manchester United, and he did super well. Of course, when Robin van Persie, when he came and won a 20th title with Manchester United, he was 28, 29, or 27, 28. And of course, that's only like a year or two younger than Aubameyang. And Aubameyang's obviously still in top form. Even if we have him for a year or two while other players are still rising up, imagine him and Rashford up front. Therefore, within a year, Rashford can gain experience. And I don't think Rashford would work well alone up front. If he gets someone to work with up front, like a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, then I think then he's sorted. And of course, as I said, just football, it's a very odd transfer window. I don't know. I mean, I can't say nothing major has happened yet because obviously big things have happened. Yeah, but if you guys haven't seen, I've been working super hard on this channel and I do want to do a Q&A, so you guys can ask me questions up above and I will answer them in a Q&A, or ask me questions down below rather, where there's a place for you to put the questions. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with football in general, or you want one of your suggestions as a video on my channel, please do subscribe. I do upload quite a lot, and I do upload based on what you guys want me to. And of course, this has been Finn, FYNN. Cheers.